Hello Aquarius, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And, man, 10 of Pentacles, best life. Right? The picture of your best life. That is the card that represents the wealth and the prosperity and the abundance that you want in your life. And that card's going to look different for all of you. Okay? So we have to, this is the card where we say, okay, get out a sheet of paper, get out a pencil, and let's draw a picture of our best life. Or if you're like me and you can't draw, make a list. Write a top 10 list. What is it that you want? Right? And do it, kind of long-term, short-term, do all of it. If you had like an ideal, if you had your own utopia, what would it look like? Right? Your pets are in there, your plants, your people, financial abundance, you want healthy food, you want good water, but what do you want to be doing? Right? How are you spending your days? What's the weather like? Right? What's the climate? Let's put this into some context. That's such a great card. Such a great card. Best life. Living your best life. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, okay, we've got a 6 of Wands. So this, attaining your best life is not meant for you alone. There's a sense of urgency about it. Oh, it's destiny, though. Look at that. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. We've got a little bit of Hermit energy, though, too. And that's interesting to me. Because the Hermit, it's almost like you have to consolidate your energy. You feel like you're buckling down right now. Maybe you feel like you're kind of withdrawing from life. People might be looking at you that way. Maybe that's kind of more about it. It could be that you appear like you are isolating. It could appear that you are withdrawing from people, from your friends or your family. But it's because you're working on this so diligently. And it's meant for everyone. So it's just like you have to kind of, you're focused on your work, really, right? Let's keep going. Ace of Cups, beautiful. 5 of Cups, yeah, I can see that because people can't see what you're doing. It's like you have your back turned and you're working on something in secret and they don't know what it is. But when it is successful, when you do achieve what you're achieving, when you accomplish this, when you have your big win, everybody's gonna see. And see, there's the 6 of Cups now. And, the Lover's card. This could be talking about a romantic situation here on the path of the Serpent. There's all water cards over here. And I think yesterday we had something very similar. I think on the path of the Serpent, yesterday we did a bonus reading. I think we had all water cards on the path of the Serpent. So that's very cool that we have the same thing again now. And we're seeing a little bit more about what you're doing and why and where and how, right? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith Waite Tarot that we will just set down over here. We're going to put Mr. Ed, the little horse right there on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you have a feeling or a hunch about that card, feel free to put it down in the comments, right? Let's make it interactive. Let's exercise our intuition, all right? It's like a muscle. We got to keep using it. Let's take a look around the room here because we've got just a few of these major arcana cards. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Hermit, the Hierophant, and of course the Lover's card. So to me, it kind of feels like you have to, you've kind of, it's a cycle, right? This is something that is kind of, it's part of your destiny. It's something that I think you're very much in tune with. But I feel like you have to isolate and separate before you can recombine. It's kind of like an alchemical process here. I feel like you're withdrawing from friends and family because you've got something very, very special that you're working on. And then eventually it will be revealed, and it's going to be just beautiful for everybody, right? And it could be now with the Hierophant. The Hierophant's one of these cards that I'm not too sure how I feel about it yet. The more I do these readings, the more I learn about the tarot. I'm by no means an expert at tarot. I'm by no means a master of tarot. To me, tarot, like the I Ching, is a lifelong learning tool, right? It's something that the more I use it, the more I learn, and I'll never stop learning about tarot. That's kind of how I feel about the Hierophant. You know, I feel like the more we get to know the Hierophant, the more it has to teach us. And maybe this is something that you're working on. Are you going after a degree in teaching or trying to get your credentials? Are you working on something that then you're going to be passing on to others, right? Because this Hierophant is in the future position. So it could very well be that you are working on something that's going to put you in a position of mastery, mastership, authority, right? Maybe you're in some sort of apprenticeship now, but I feel like you're going to emerge from this with really this kind of tremendous wisdom and this, I feel like you're going to become the person that everybody goes to for answers, for advice, for help. You probably already are. Yeah, probably already are. What do you wear around your wrist? Spirit's telling me to ask about your wrist. Maybe did you sprain the wrist, or is there something that you wear around the wrist? It's not like a watch or just a regular bracelet. Maybe it's a brace or a cast or something, but to me it feels more like some kind of special charm or a special, like a gift or something from someone. Something with the wrist there for you, okay? I love these major arcana cards. We have some fire. We have some water. I did make a mistake where I said it was all water on the path of the serpent. Not quite true, because this Lover's card is technically an air card, but it really is kind of the culmination of all of this water energy, and then it results in this union, right? This commitment, this marriage, which for some of you, yes, it's going to be a romantic thing. For some of you, what you're working on now is really putting you into the perfect position where you are ready and you are receptive to that kind of love energy. Okay? So for some of you anyway, not for all of you. For some of you, that's kind of where we're at. And I wonder if in this case the Hierophant is kind of saying that there's a lot you want to accomplish in your life first. And then you're going to be ready for all of this water energy, and you're going to be ready to kind of start your family in that way, right? And I think that's a terrific idea for a lot of people. For me, I mean, I didn't start my family till I was in my 40s. Not to give away my age or anything, but my wife and I, we didn't have our daughter until I was 40 years old. And to a lot of people, that's like, damn, that's pretty late. You're pretty old. My daughter does like to remind me how old I will be when she's a teenager. She's only 3 years old right now, so don't do the math. Anyway, so it could be that we're waiting to accomplish a lot more before we kind of open ourselves up to this other path. And this is very much connected with yesterday's reading. If you didn't watch the bonus reading for Aquarius yesterday, please go watch that. This will make a lot more sense. But this reading does stand on its own, so if you don't want to, you don't have to. I feel like we're accomplishing so much here, and then we're going to be open to this new path. Now, this doesn't have to be a romantic path. This is a path, though, that is different. This is a different quest. And yesterday we had this idea that we're moving out of the earth energy into the water energy. It's kind of like we're in this transitional phase of life, and we're moving into this new quest for this Holy Grail. And this could be that you've satisfied all of your kind of responsibilities in whatever kind of way, your upbringing, your culture, your family. You've done kind of what you're supposed to do in life, and now Now the opportunity is here for you to really pursue your heart's desire, your spiritual holy grail. Yeah. And so I wonder if this does have something to do with some kind of a culture or tradition that you're in, because the Hierophant too is kind of front and center here. And the Hierophant's kind of the gateway that says, wait a minute, no, this is not for you. This is what belongs to you. This is your fate. This is your destiny. The Hierophant can be very dogmatic, right? Can be very restrictive. It really is a kind of gatekeeper energy. But we have to be willing to expand. Now, I wonder if a lot of you have gone your own way in life. I feel like there may have been some sort of a religious experience when you were younger, in your teenage years or something. Maybe you saw something, felt something, witnessed something that was kind of shocking, right? Maybe it was an NDE or an out-of-body thing. But it feels like it was just something that really set you on a different timeline, you know? So I think you really went a different way from your friends, family, your culture, the tradition, right? And you went your own way. Yeah. And I feel like this is all kind of part of your plan. And maybe this is the thing with, maybe the family kind of says, well, you should be married at a certain age and have kids and do all this kind of stuff. But you decided to go a different way. And maybe, like me, you waited till your later years to start that family life, right? Something like that, where you're kind of, you're breaking away from what's expected of you in life from the world around you, okay? Whether it's friends, family, society, coworkers, whatever. That's because you're an original thinker, right? It's because you're an innovator, Aquarius. You lead the way in a lot of ways for the rest of us, right? You kind of tinker with things and you test things out, and if it works, then the rest of us kind of feel like we can do it too. And that, I think, is really you accepting your fate and your destiny. It's your fate not to be stuck with fate, right? It's part of your destiny to kind of break away from this idea of destiny or determinism. You know what I mean? It's very interesting, the way your energy flows. It really, really is. Where to go from here? There is this kind of anxious energy down here, because I feel like you're ready to go through this doorway and get to this next quest. And I feel like there's some anxiety here getting to the final stage here. This is sometimes impulsive behavior. This is sometimes us wanting to really run forward when we should be steadily walking, right? When we should be the turtle, but sometimes we want to be the hare. No, not hare, but rabbit hare. We took our daughter to a place in town where you can hold and pet animals, like little furry, like hamsters and guinea pigs and rabbits and stuff. And she just loves to go there and pet all the soft animals and stuff. We ended up coming home with a couple of little tropical fish for her that we have set up. But anyway, sometimes there is a need for us to slow down, but I feel like you're so close to finishing this. If it's a degree, if it's whatever it might be, you're so close to that kind of the end date. Maybe it's like the graduation day or something, or the last day at your job, or the whatever it is. Maybe it's the last day on a lease or on a contract or something, and you know that this is going to be it. This is when things are going to really seriously transition into this. Maybe it's the day you achieve financial freedom, right? Maybe it's the day that you get that settlement, you get that award, or whatever it is. The day that you get that jackpot, and it sets your life on a different course. It seems like we're going on a different timeline here, and that is really this quest that we're going on here, and it's all being facilitated by this 10 of Pentacles. For a lot of you, yes, this is going to be financial. For a lot of you, this is that we're working toward a certain level of financial freedom, or at least financial stability, that will allow us to pursue this water energy here. Okay. But I don't know what is your best life. I don't know what picture you drew. I don't know that you've even drawn the picture. You need to do that. And the one thing that we don't see in this reading, which is, again, kind of uncanny how similar it is to yesterday, we don't have any air energy. Except for, of course, the air energy up here, which is the commitment, the marriage that we are experiencing with this path, with this person, with this Holy Grail, with this life. Sorry, I bumped into Tiny Bob. So we have the air energy here, and so there's no doubt, there's no confusion, there's no cold feet at the altar, right? But over here on the path of the serpent, or the path of the dove, I feel like we need to get out the pencil and draw this. We need to write this down. We need to figure out all of the things that we want. It's not enough to just be kind of vague in general. Sometimes it is. I think in this case, we need to have a bit of a list or a plan or a picture, right? Well, generally, I want to have enough money that I can pursue my goal, my personal interests. That seems like a pretty good thing. My purpose in life, my best life is, well, just to kind of, to always be improving, to always be getting better, to try to make the quality of life a little bit better for myself and my loved ones. These are all very good purposes. Let's refine that into some details. What does that look like, and how do we get there? Okay? And maybe the absence of swords cards is because you have already done that. Maybe you've been listening to me all these months and you've actually drawn your picture of your best life. And you've probably gone through a lot of revisions. That's why I always say draw it in pencil. So maybe you've already done that and you know what these details are. And maybe with the Six of Wands, we're very, very close to getting this happening, right? Maybe not the final kind of end miracle dream come true, but we're getting to that stage where we can pursue these other things. It's like getting that kind of financial stability or financial freedom so that now you can really pursue those things that mean more to you than just the money. The money is kind of just like the means to the end, right? But this is a victory, the Six of Wands. This is a victory, but it's not a victory for you alone. It's something that you are leading others to this victory too. So it could be friends, family, co-workers. It could be that this big win is not just for you alone, but for, again, family, friends, that sort of thing. I feel like you are a natural leader. I feel like you don't want to be a leader. We got that Hermit card up there. But I feel like people are drawn to you. I feel like people kind of do follow you around, trying to imitate you, trying to do what you do, trying to harness a little bit of the magic that you've got. Yeah. So you're kind of the reluctant leader. You're the one that is kind of hermit energy, turning away and kind of trying to walk faster, but the crowd is just following you and saying, no, wait, please. Maybe you're, I don't know, are you a celebrity? I feel like this is kind of a paparazzi thing. Everywhere you go, people recognize you and want something from you, and they don't mean any harm. They're not trying to take from you. They want to experience something of you, something of what you have, of what you do. But you're kind of into your privacy, right? The Hierophant, though, I think is kind of the opposite end of that. This is someone that likes to be out there and likes to be the authority and kind of wants to know that they know, wants everyone else to know that they know. And it feels good that everybody is coming to me for answers and wants my wisdom, right? But really it's the Hermit is kind of the humility, the humbleness that says, I don't know everything. And so I think the truth really is somewhere in the middle for you, because I think you are stepping into some sort of role where you have to be the leader. You are the one that knows more than everybody else. And at least in this relative way, you kind of have an obligation to everybody else, right? So I don't know if you are some sort of a teacher or a leader, or you're starting some sort of movement or organization or something like that. Okay? A lot of possibilities here. A lot of possibilities. But part of this quest for your Holy Grail, finally getting on the path of doing what you absolutely love, this is what it was all for. Right? All of this work over here, this is what it was for. And whatever this is, in some way involves you, including others. Right? It's something that really is like it's bringing people together. I don't know what you're doing, what you're starting. But I love this Wheel of Fortune. This is expansion. This is destiny. This is prosperity. This is the card that says, yeah, this is the perfect timing for you. Everything is happening exactly as it should in your life. Okay? And we may feel a little bit restless, like, okay, things got to hurry up. We may feel like we want to just start charging forward. The Wheel of Fortune is saying everything is happening exactly as it should. So trust in that. Don't feel that you have to rush. Try to calm that anxiety down. Because everything is happening right on time, okay? And it's going to be really good. And this might simply be a windfall of money that then is allowing you to overcome a lot of the kind of physical, financial difficulties that you have and get to pursuing your real goals here, right? I feel some connection with horses with you too. I don't know if do you ride horses? Does your family have horses? Are you buying a horse? But I feel like something like that is, we've got a lot of, just now we've got a lot of horse kind of symbols. We even have our little Mr. Ed here. I feel like there's something, are you starting some sort of a business that teaches other people about animals or something, or maybe how to ride horses, or some sort of a farm or something like that. I don't know if you have farmland or your family has land, but it's more of like a livestock. It feels more like a petting zoo than a farm, It's not like an agricultural thing, and it's not livestock for for production or something. It's just like raising animals, just to have them there, I don't know what that is or who that's meant for. Let's go to the path of the serpent now. Let's see, what is this dream that we're opening up? How is this going to feel for you? And as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription if you haven't subscribed yet. Please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, and it really does help out the channel, and I appreciate that. All right, thank you. The Ace of Cups, the beginning of the dream, finding that Holy Grail. And maybe that's kind of the path that we're on now. Maybe that's what the Hierophant is doing, is waiting for the Hermit to find the Holy Grail and bring it on home. And so when we have the Ace of Cups here in the position of your general energy, maybe you already know what this is. Maybe we go from a 10 of Pentacles right into an Ace of Cups, right? Because we know that the 10 is really just a new beginning, right? It's the return to unity, and the cycle starts over. So it makes sense to go 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the beginning of that path. And I think you already know what this is, and I think the Hermit is discovering this, accomplishing this, building this, and now we're ready to do it. Right? Now we're ready to go. You saw a need in your environment. Here's the Five of Cups. There was some sort of disappointment in your world. You saw something that needed fixing, right? Something emotional, something, some sort of there was a lack of something, right, in the world. And I think that's what you are working to restore. It could be that there was a lack of something in you, in your life, right? Because we are kind of the same as the world. We're a microcosm. So something was missing in the environment. There was something that you noticed needed fixing or needed not correcting, but something that you could improve, right? Something that you could do to, well, to help kind of raise the consciousness of people in your life, to improve the quality of life for yourself and your loved ones, right? Part of your purpose. The details of this are what are unique to each of you. But you saw something that needed this improvement of the quality of life, and that's what you've done. And this is what you are doing. You're restoring the harmony. That's 6 of Cups there. And this is the crowning achievement. This is kind of this is the glory of it. Right? And this is the difficulty. This is the challenge, is to stay here. Okay? Because anytime you get to that kind of height, the natural flow is just back down a little bit. So we push back up, and it's like when you throw a ball in the air, right? Throw a ball up in the air, it gets as high as it's going to go. It seems like it lags for a second, then it comes back down. And that's the 5 to the 6 of Cups, right? We make the effort, we push, things go, and they're suspended in this perfect, harmonious 6 of Cups for just a split second, and then they start coming back down. And we got to toss it back up again, and it feels like it kind of hovers there for a second, and then it's back down again. And that's the difficulty, is kind of going up and down this thing. It's like one of those the strongman hammer things at the fair, and you have the little puck that goes up and rings the bell. I feel like that's what we're kind of doing. And so to me, it feels like there's a lot of effort that's kind of all the way up and then comes back down. We push it again, it comes all the way back down. I don't know what this feeling is or what this is supposed to represent for you, but I do know that the bell is this kind of permanent union, right? And this really could be a spiritual thing, trying to have union with God, goddess, deity, with guardian angel, spirit guides, ancestors, universal mind, universal consciousness or energy, whatever you want to call it. It could be that's the bell that we're ringing. It could be that we're trying to kind of kickstart this business, and we seem like we get really close, and then it seems really good, and then just we kind of have to start again. But when we ring that bell, this is a permanent union. This is now the final marriage. This is an unbreakable bond. So we achieve it, and there's no coming back down. There's no taking it apart again. Yeah. And this is your best life. This is that 10 of Pentacles really expanded into, let's say, a 10 of Cups, right? Maybe the mystery card be that 10 of Cups. This is you uniting with your absolute highest goal, highest wish, highest purpose and aspiration. Your best life, your dream life. And now nothing can take that away, right? But it seems like we have to keep hitting it with the hammer and shooting that puck up there. And then one time we just give it all we've got, rings the bell, permanent union, best life scenario. This is like the perfect kind of bond, right? The perfect marriage. And this could be literally, it could literally be a romantic thing, a marriage, a family for you. Right, but this is a definite union with someone or something, abstract or concrete. Let's look at the mystery card, though. Maybe that'll give us a clue or a further detail into what kind of thing you're doing or what you might be up to. I do feel like travel is in your future very soon. I feel like there's some kind of travel involved in some of this work, or I'm also getting a J name, and I also had an S name earlier that I didn't mention, but an S or a J seem very significant in your life, or people around you, or your name, or maybe it's going to be someone's name in the future. I'm not quite sure, but the mystery card to me could be a 10 of Cups. That would be absolutely perfect. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know that we really need anything else. We seem to have a lot of pretty good stuff already. Maybe an Ace of Swords would be okay, just showing mental clarity and receptivity to the kind of divine timing. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we have. A 6 of Swords. Yeah, okay. Well, this is good. This shows traveling. The traditional meaning of the 6 of Swords is a journey by water, which really is another way of saying a long trip. right? So it could be that there is a long trip in your future, fairly soon, 6 months or so. This is also the idea that we do have plans, we do have ideas, we do have problems, we do have worries, we do have doubts. We are human after all, at least most of us, I think. So this is a reminder that, yeah, we're going to have doubts and troubles and worries. We're going to have strained relationships. We're going to have frustrations and all this kind of stuff. We're bringing those along with us, right? Those are always going to be there with us. But they're not steering the boat, right? We're not being led by those fears or worries or stresses or troubles or frustrations or doubts, right? That we are allowing our spirit to flow down this river of water, right? The water in here, and get to our marriage, get to our banquet, our feast, right? Our best life. This is also the card that says you got a plan. This is the spiritual blueprint. This is your heart and mind really being on the same page, knowing what it wants and how to get there. I think this is all going according to plan. I think that you have kind of mapped this out, and things are going just right. Okay, everything's happening as it should, even though there are fears and worries and concerns and doubts. Everything is right on track. Okay. Now we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, click on the link that should be up in the corner. If not, there's one down in the video description. New readings for Aquarius every Thursday and Sunday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. I'm here every day. Just come on back. See me tomorrow. All right. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. And leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Okay. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.